Lock in. Lock in. Get it twisted. If you lock in, you can do anything. Motherfucker. Get it twisted. Your actions impact nothing. Your fate is predetermined. The only thing that you can change is your reaction to it. You can do anything you set your mind to. The world is a playground designed for you and only you to achieve your highest level ambitions. If you wait 90 minutes to wake up until you drink your first cup of coffee, nothing can stop you. If you duct tape your mouth when you fall asleep, nothing can stop you. Get it twisted. You are a pawn in a universe chess match. You mean nothing to God, if they even exist. You're a rounding error. You're 2 pennies on a Fortune 500 company's balance sheet. They don't care about you in the slightest. Get it twisted. Everybody gets what they deserve in this life. If you put in effort, you can achieve anything. Successful people are better people. Get it twisted. The circumstances surrounding your birth determine where you are going to go. Nothing else matters at all. Your own level of education, your attitude, your level of effort, your friends, your network, your business, your credentials. Motherfucker. Be smart. Yes, you can get the money. No, you shouldn't. Knowledge is knowing you can get the money. Wisdom is knowing it's not worth the risk. Genius is doing it anyway. It's not about the excess. That part is going just fine. I don't know if you've looked at the analytics lately. It's more about the time. The time has been more of an issue lately. I know for most people watching on Twitch, they have an abundance of time and a shortage of ambition. I'm in the inverted camp right now, and we should all be so lucky, frankly. You don't even... You step to me. You think you hear a little congestion in the voice. You step with your smart aleck comments and think you're gonna catch me because I've got a little infectious disease in my respiratory tract. I don't think so. The engine's still running. It's got a Hemi. If you want everything to be perfectly ordered, go work at McDonald's. If you want to see some shit that'll blow your mind, stick around. You might learn something. I'm gonna load my previous save. This is called Safes Coming. It's a hot topic right now as a result of Baldur's Gate 3's prodigious release. What are my thoughts on Safes Coming? My thoughts on Safes Coming is, brother, you're 37 years old. You shouldn't be getting into arguments online about how you play with the digital toys. You're really gonna get in an argument with somebody about, oh, your Baldur's Gate playthrough is less valid than mine because I never reloaded. I'm playing on Iron Man. You're not playing on Iron. Who cares? It's a toy. It's a toy. I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion. I'm just saying, like, life's too short, man. I'm probably like the best ally in the world, to be honest with you. Any other straight motherfuckers out here full-faced asking their chat, "Hey gay guys, do you find balls sexually attractive?" Nah, they're too scared. I'm not scared. I'm curious. 'Cause I don't. It's interesting to me. The cock I get. Maybe this is like straight brain, but I'm like, it has an obvious function, and it undergoes a change, which, as we all know from Storytelling 101, is like the most important part of having an impact. The ball, ancillary, they're there. They do move around a little bit, but they're mostly behind the scenes. It's like the stage manager versus the play director. Your voice has changed so much. It's been 12 years, buddy. Your voice has probably changed a lot, too. Nah? Come on. Is your favorite game Fallout New Vegas? I bet your voice has changed a lot. Don't get down on yourself. In a gay marriage, who picks what you eat for dinner? 'Cause in a straight marriage, it's obvious. Boom, the wife. MFs will really be like, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to use your pronouns. It's just too much to remember. By the way, can I have a foot-long cold cut combo with Italian herbs and cheese with lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, red onions, cucumbers, pickles, black olives, hot peppers, and just one line of mayo, please?" You don't think if I could have been a little bit gay, I would have been a little bit gay? I would have so much more aura if I had some genuine homosexuality within me to embrace. But instead, I didn't choose to be straight, man. It's just fucking baked into the DNA, or like my upbringing or something, and I can't put on airs. That's offensive. I guess I do put on airs all the time, when I say things like, "Why is it always the skinny guys with painted nails that are like slanging huge schmeatballs everywhere?" Being a gay man is probably, it feels like playing in a clan match instead of playing like Team Slayer. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause when you're playing Team Slayer, occasionally there's gonna be another motherfucker on the other team that's also sick with the BXR. But if you're going into a clan match, you know absolutely everybody has been reading the game FAQ strategies and knows like the tier lists of the loadouts and shit like that. You might go from like a top fragger in Team Slayer to like a mid-game Andy when you go to the clan match. Or, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I definitely don't know. I'm just kind of talking, I guess. I'm saying it's harder, okay? Like when you go up to a casual Mario Kart lobby, aka being straight, a lot of the dudes that are lining up on the grid with you are busted and fucked up. But when you go to the fucking tournament, aka being gay, I feel like everybody that paid the entry fee for the tournament knows how to hit the blue sparks. Does anybody follow what the fuck I'm saying here? Daniel Raiders. Perfect timing. We were just asking the gay community what percentage of gay intercourse is face-to-face versus backshots. You may be surprised to find that the consensus seems to be that it's about an even split. And we didn't even get into the, is it called cowboy and reverse cowboy? Or do you just stick with the nomenclature that they've been using in the straight community forever? Like, are you like, let's switch it up and go reverse cowboy tonight? I guess that's hitting it from the back, but I'm not good at the shape rotating, so I'm like, maybe it's flipped a little bit, or like, inverted. Please stop, my sister's watching. Wouldn't it be way more embarrassing for you, for your sister to be like, oh, my fucking brother is watching this dude, let's play Balatro again. Oh, I gotta dump my queens because I gotta ride the bus. Like, this is it, man. The connection between people and the fucking insanity and the variance and the diversity in human experience, even though we're all made of the same stardust. That's what unites us, brother. During the Great War, Liberty Cabbage was the jingo-tastic new name of what stanky brat topper. But this is like, sometimes people, like, tweet me something insane, and then I click on their profile to, like, see how to avoid this fate befalling myself. And it's always like, 18 plus, I'm a stanky brat topper, just turned 19 years old. Anyone under 19, do not interact. I'm like, what the? This is Twitter, bro. People are on here for fucking work. What do you mean you're a stanky brat topper? I don't know what that means. I mean, I think now I do, because I've been asking a lot of questions. I just downloaded this game. Holy hell, it's complicated. It is, like, really complex. And the worst part is, because of the nature of the internet and this fucking website, a bunch of liars will be like, actually, it's really simple. Fucking look at it, Poindexter. This shit is, like, really complicated. If this isn't complicated, motherfuckers who can't hold a conversation with another adult that's baked into our DNA through like 500,000 years of mammalian evolution will be like, backpack battles is actually pretty intuitive. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we lying to each other? Can't you just say, yeah, that's pretty true? And now looks like Charlie Brown 30 years later. Nobody knows what you look like because your profile photo on every social network is a used car. As long as we're gonna get nasty, let's get nasty. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus your profile photo on Twitter is a college football team's logo. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus your profile photo is the Mass Effect character you jerked off to the most 13 years ago. Don't care, didn't ask. Plus you get in arguments about Sonic the Hedgehog on Twitter. Hearing NA talk about bread when they mean toast is so weird. This is... You don't even know. You have to... I know you don't have a passport, because you can go to like 35 countries without a passport, which is incredible, and I'm happy for you. You've got to leave the Schengen area and experience the world, okay? That's such a minor thing to find funny. Like, I'm almost embarrassed for you that you think that's funny. I can't. I don't know how old I would have to be to think that that was humorous. I would have to be either 8 or 80, I'll tell you that. Certainly that period in the middle that I'm in right now, I don't find it funny at all. My sense of humor is literally so sophisticated to you that it's like the monolith landing in prehistoric Earth. When the chimpanzees touch it. Like you can't even fathom what you're seeing right now, and yet you're trying to lay hands upon it. That's what's funny to me. If by funny you mean tragic, and I often do. Mars is not a name. Mars is a name if you are in ancient Rome. It's not a name in the real world. What about Bruno Mars? It's an assumed pseudonym. It's like saying XAE-12-Theta Sigma is a name. My friend's name is Mars? How did you make friends with them when they're homeschooled? Answer me. Was it fencing class? And you know what, you disingenuous so-and-sos? Nobody believes you, just so you know. Just learn how to bake your own bread and then... No, okay? No. 'Cause you don't do that. Every time you need a t-shirt, you don't learn how to fucking sew. You guys are crazy. And what drives me crazy is that you're lying to yourselves. 'Cause look at the website we're on right now. Look at the advertisements that they run. Are they running advertisements for flour and bread makers? Seeds that you can plant in your orchard? No. DoorDash, gacha games, dopamine hits, booze, alcohol, sports gambling. You know why they're running those ads. It's 'cause you're the motherfuckers that are watching. Which is fine, but why are you in my chat acting like Chicken Little? They've done the demographic research. I don't get those ads, Chief? Okay, sure, some of you are probably... I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say getting ads for finding a wife overseas. Sometimes you gotta keep the restrictor plate up there, okay? Otherwise, she ain't exactly street legal up here. Some of the things that I'm saying, there's a little too much ire backing it up, okay? Go back to bullying cyclists in chat. Excuse me, it wasn't bullying. They came into my chat and said, why don't you give me your lunch money? And I said, 'cause I could pick you up over my head and place you in a garbage bin. And then they said, oh, bullying. It's rude. They stepped to me with rudeness in the first place. Very true. They flashed a piece on the lanes, and I took it from them and pulled the trigger till it went click. Don't virtue signal. It's nothing to do with my attention span. If you want to pull that shit, I'm not gonna let you bring me down to your level. We're all God's children. 'Cause I know you're saying, your attention span's cooked. Meanwhile, you're playing Monster Hunter on your main monitor, watching me on your right monitor, and you've got a podcast up on your left monitor. And you've got one fucking Bluetooth headphone in that's listening to a podcast, and you've got another Bluetooth headphone in that's listening to a sports game, that you also have your phone open to DraftKings, 'cause you're betting on it. See how your fucking parlays go. And you fucking Gen Z self-administered ADHD motherfucker are gonna say that my attention span is cooked. Meanwhile, I sat here and made eye contact with you for 45 seconds straight, something you could never do in your entire life. You're virtue signaling, and if nobody sees you, I see you. Now if you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to my shift at the number factory. My meat orbs need to get us at least 7,500 points. But I think it's been so long since I've seen a house centipede now that it might give me a heart attack. Aren't they harmless? There's lots of stuff that's harmless that I don't like. Same motherfuckers who'll be like, I don't like tomatoes, they're icky. Be out here like, the house centipedes don't hurt anything. Yeah, but they're not really helping me out either. If they started doing the dishes or something, we can talk. My man strawmanning so hard. Me when the streamer describes me in a nutshell. Strawman. Yes, that is what I'm like, but you didn't know that when you said it. You can put pregnancy test on 4. It can't fucking be. It's got corrupted, man. It can't be force-triggered. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know shit about Nubby's Number Mart, or whatever this game is called. And the worst part is not being ignorant. I'm not being derogatory because you don't know something. It's because you have the confidence of a knower, but you are an unknower. That's the shit that keeps me up at night. It's the melancholy of the genius and the bravado of the fool. One I came up with last night while I was falling asleep. Imagine you were getting insulted by like a really fat guy, and then he told you he was forklift certified. You could reply with something like, "Yeah, right, brother, maybe forklick certified." And he would be like, "What the fuck, dude?" He would be so owned, he would have no response. Yeah, if you're a web dev, people will beg you to take a vacation. No, honey, I can't take a vacation. We're in the middle of a 6-week sprint to change the font from Times New Roman to Times New Roman italicized. Hey, no, honey, I can't go on vacation this summer. We have a really important project. We are rounding the square edges on all of the buttons on our website. We are moving the position of the button that everybody already knows where it is within the enterprise. We're moving to the other side of the screen and collectively costing the company thousands of hours in labor from people that can't find the button and then have to submit tickets to tech reports saying that the button is now missing. Yeah, but it makes more sense logically to have it in the top right corner in the hamburger menu instead of just having it sitting there on the top of the screen like it's not even thematically fitting with the layout of the CSS. Sorry, honey, I can't go on vacation this summer. We're moving around the order of all of the elements on the web page so that when you use tab to auto-go to the next field, it starts you at fucking name, and then it takes you down to zip code, and then it takes you up to address, and then it goes to phone number, and then it takes you to the captcha that says I am not a robot. This shit doesn't even go up and down, left or right anymore. I'm sorry, there's no way to. I just hope you find this funny, because it's very rude. No, I'm not going to start my daughter on One Piece so that she has a chance to finish it. Like that's just... Most people, I have to imagine, discover anime because their parents got them like a computer when they were in middle school, but then they were like a little too busy to constantly supervise, and that's how they discovered anime. It's just like, looking for some community online, and that's fine. I'm instead just going to be there for her. You need to play Final Fantasy XIV to learn how to dodge this. Final Fantasy XIV players love to be like, "Oh, it's the hardest game of all time." And then you watch someone do a raid, and the boss goes, and then like a big line appears on the ground, and 30 seconds later the line gets engulfed in fire, and then they're like, "See, the thing is, you can't stand on the line when the fire comes out or you'll die." It's so embarrassing. If you wouldn't let your clone suck you off, but you would let your twin suck you off, you should probably be in prison. I also think it's crazy that you would let your clone suck you off, but you wouldn't let your twin suck you off. Because as far as I'm concerned, Those two are almost exact. No, they had a different 4th grade teacher than me, so it's different. That doesn't make any sense. Your identical twin is your clone. She'll have a hard time at school? I don't think so. You know what kind of a nerd you'd have to be like, hey, check it out. 9 years ago when your dad was playing Mario Maker 2, he said that when you were a toddler you accidentally pooped on the ground. I would go to the school and I would be like, what's up, nerd? Let me guess. Your dad's like a 75-month subscriber. Sucks for you. Isn't it crazy that, like, your dad watches me for entertainment, and yet, like, I'm the one who reaps the rewards for that? Isn't it crazy that your dad says, we're only reading one more story tonight, and you say, okay, Daddy. And then, like, as soon as he finishes the story, he says, good night, pumpkin. And he gives you a kiss on the forehead, and then immediately is like, oof, thank God that's over. I can watch NL play some Mario Maker. Fuck you. Get owned. The straw men have started to become straw boys. While we wait, Bandle. 2013, 500 million views. 2013. I probably won't know it, but I might if they played it at the grocery store. This sounds like that song that goes Riptide. Hey man, I'm gonna fuck with your Riptide. I'm insane. I fucking hate that song. Yeah. I'm gonna fuck in the Riptide. I'm gonna suck on a big pipe. I'm gonna come in my mama's mouth. That's fucking gross, dude. Why would he say that? Why would he say that shit? He should. That was on the radio? That's vile. Alright. Get it out of here. That was a good way to end the stream today. I fucking hate that song, man. What are you doing? I was just singing the words that this person paid 12 people to write, man. You can look that shit up on Rap Genius, man. It's a good song. I bet if you were like 9 when you heard it for the first time, it hits different. But I was like 25 or 26 or something. If you fell out of a coconut tree, I'm sure it's like one of the best songs ever made. Bowser. I don't know, it's like, imagine if Michael Bay made the Mario Brothers movie. You know, they would like start in the fucking pyramid or something like that. And then they would like blow the dust off a casket. Sorry, sarcophagus. And then the guide would start freaking out. He'd be having like a panic attack. And then the American businessman would be like, what? What is it? And then the interpreter, they'd be talking. And he'd just go, Bowser, Bowser. And then he'd like run away. And the temple would start collapsing on him. Yeah, it's like if they did The Mummy, but it was about the Mario Brothers instead. I definitely think if they made a Mario movie in like 2008, it could have had that moment. Like a fucking Tony Scott Mario Brothers movie. Bowser, Bowser, Katup, Bowser. Wait, what's he saying? Hey, slow down, I can't understand you. Oh, Teak Moggy Bowser. He says he's coming. He says the Lizard King is coming. La Teakum Skaldarga Bowser. Then the fucking limestone in the temple starts collapsing and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, that would go crazy. That would go crazy. Did you take your meds today? It's gonna fuck you up so bad that, like, this is just how I am. Like, I'm like the Beatles, man. I didn't need to take drugs to make good art. He hit a nerve. That's how you know he's right, too. Comedians need to tell uncomfortable truths, motherfuckers, when the truth is uncomfortable for them. Okay. Let's kill him. Let's kill this guy. Let's beat him to death with hammers. 87% audience score. 90. Fubar 2, 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. Vindicated. Alright. Let's watch this film. Let's watch this film with popcorn. I'm dying. I need a hit, man. I'm so desperate to go viral again. I need a fucking hit. I'll do anything. There's 11,000 people here. There's 11,000 fucking people here, and nobody's tapping the screen. There's 11,000 people. Okay. Anyway. Thanks for the follow. You guys are great. I love Greek pizza. I know we were talking about that just before we started. I'm putting respect on Greek food. Okay. Let's eat this guy. Let's eat this guy with phyllo pastry. I'm just joking. I'm trying to go viral. Let's eat this guy. Let's eat this guy with olives. We could do that for every bit. Dude, that's going to be the next stream. It's just me repeating the bit with like a different context every single time. Let's slash this guy. Let's slash this guy with our hockey stick. Brad Marchand, when he sees anybody, then you play that clip. It goes viral. People go, who is this guy? I keep seeing him on Twitter. Who is this guy? Oh, don't watch his videos. He's a bad guy. Oh, really? What did he do? I don't know if you're ready for this. No, I want to know the tea. Spill the tea. He's bald. Ha, good one. Let's meme this guy. Let's meme this guy with inside jokes. Electric can learn Thunderbolt. You know what? Maybe this is a little more my speed. Pikachu. Pokemon is washed. Come on. There's gotta be a good hammer joke for that, right? Okay. Let's catch this guy. Let's catch this guy with Ultra Balls. Oh, I forgot. I haven't played Connections in like a week and a half, bro. I gotta put myself in mental illness mode. Okay, let's connect to this guy. Let's connect this guy with themes. So pathetic, man. $13 million 1 week. Kate Beckinsale, circa 2017. Whatever the last Underworld movie is. I'm gonna say Blood Wars. Okay, he's insane. He's Lisan Al-Gaib. He's the voice from the Outer Rim. Okay, let's anoint this guy. Let's anoint this guy with the title of Muad'Dib. Sorry, that one. We were reaching on that one. Okay, let's move it. Let's move these microwave ovens. Motherfucker. This bit's not working? Shut the fuck up. 3 years from now, you'll be talking in a group chat. I missed the kill this guy with hammers arc. That was my favorite arc of NL. You know it's true. It's crazy to me that people who aren't stores care about shoplifting. I mean, if you asked me, like, do I feel like shoplifting is wrong? Unless you're stealing something, you need to live. then I do think it's ethically and morally wrong, or if it's something you really want. But it is crazy to me when people are like, oh, someone stole like, a chocolate bar from a drugstore when I was there. Okay, like, people are stealing like orders of magnitude more than that on a daily basis. I'm not even talking about like wage theft. I'm just saying like people are stealing like cars and stuff like that. I'm not going to worry about someone, loss prevention officer, stop this person from getting out of Walmart. Look at their cart. Yeah, they got bread, milk, and diapers, but they also got some Doritos in there. Get 'em. Throw 'em in prison. Don't throw 'em in prison. Just make 'em eat the Walmart apples. A lot of people are saying, can you play a real game? Gamers, I get you're making a joke. The main problem is that it's not funny. The second part is that you're doing it from an indefensible position. What is a real game? League of Legends, where you as a fucking hot wizard stand behind a wall of little monsters, and then you stand there and go tick, 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 not attacking anything, even though there's obviously monsters coming for your face. Tick, 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 tick. Boom, I got the last hit, my kill, my kill. Tick, 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 tick. Boom, I got it. No, someone else on my team killed the monster that I was supposed to kill. That's going to affect my ability to generate gold by 0.75% cumulatively for the rest of the game. It's going to slow down my ability to get a battle fury. I rage. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I quit. Everybody F, 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 F. That's a real game. That's a waste of your one life on planet Earth, brother. Get real. You're 12 pounds of crap in a 10-pound bag, buddy. You and what army, pal? Yeah, and the horse you rode in on. When you're playing as a white guy in a MOBA and you spam your abilities? Working hard or hardly working? I guess it's free then. You know why we use those lines, buddy? 'Cause it works, okay? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep it simple, stupid. I guess they'll let anybody in here. Yo, but like, either your dad hitting somebody with that in a restaurant, or your dad getting hit by that in a restaurant, made you feel like he was the biggest big shot in the world. Like, it's such a good line. Someone coming up behind your dad and like slapping him on the back and going, I guess they'll let anybody in here. If you're like 9 years old and your dad is your hero, oh fuck, this guy's so fucking cool. He's got friends everywhere, even in the Swiss chalet. When your authority figure is accepted by the tribe, maybe evolutionarily there is something to that. Who knows, man? Nobody does, 'cause it's impossible to test for it. And that's what makes the field so compelling. That does it. Oh fuck, it sends a chill up your spine. When a nice guy gets mad, jeez Louise. It is kind of crazy to think that that's what Dwight Eisenhower was saying when he was like commanding the Allied forces in Western Europe. Jeez Louise, putting a lot of pressure on Dieppe right now. I guess it could be worse. What if it's like a World War III and Gen Alpha's in charge? Sir, they're targeting our Gyat. They're trying to raise up our Gyat. The one that we mewed? Yes, sir, the one that we mewed. It's a skippity slaughterhouse out there. Bob Iger would throw your ass in a garbage disposal if it brought the Disney stock price up a 1/4 point. And you know what? He would be right to do it, because that's the obligation the CEO has to shareholders in this messed up system, okay? But he would do it in a heartbeat. He would say, "Thank you so much for treating Disneyland, our profit-generating theme park enterprise, with the reverence it deserves. Now, get in the garbage disposal. I'll hit the button." What content are you proud of? I don't know, man. I'm too old for this conversation. I'm sorry, I picture myself more like there's no ambition behind what I do. There's routine, and I think in that there's some nobility. Not everything needs to, I'm reaching a point for sure where I hear content creators talk so highly about, the stuff that they make. And they're like, it's all about trying new ideas. And then, I want to be on the cutting edge of YouTube content. And then you look at their thumbnail, and the thumbnail is letting Chad choose what I put in my ass. And I'm like, it's not that they're wrong. It's just that I guess I'm in a different mindset. I consider myself less like I'm making, once-in-a-lifetime content, and more like I'm like car talk, I'm like an NPR podcast that's been on the air for 40 years. You wouldn't go to the car talk guy and be like, "What's your favorite episode of Car Talk?" "Oh, it's the one where we taught them how to fix the vapor lock on their Pontiac Sunfire." It's no, it's just a comfortable thing to have on while you're driving or something like that, I think I've acknowledged my place. This cannot be a real game, bro. Why don't you go back to Twitter and be confused about how Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year over Spider-Man 3? "Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, you don't even jump in the air and swing on top of the Empire State Building using cybernetic webs you shoot out of your wrist." Bro, let me spoil it for you. At the end of the day, every video game is pushing a button, okay? It's basically the same as working in a wastewater treatment plant. The only thing that changes is the set dressing. So if you're actually going to be out with a 14-year-old ego, it's well, when I press the buttons, I shoot out a big ball of lightning. When you press the buttons in this game, all you do is get an emoji. It's the same thing, okay? You have no idea what you're talking about. I've been doing this since you were wearing dungarees. Look at the +2s. How does it make you feel? The only thing that's real is the arena of rhetoric, argument, and debate, and you're getting trounced right now. The best button you can press right now? Probably Alt F4, my brother. Get out of here. Okay. Now let me figure out what emoji I'm going to add here. What is NoFap? NoFap is and I understand the compulsion. It's the idea that if you have many problems in your life, just stopping one behavior will solve them all instantly. And the temptation is there for for everybody, I think, I'm a little bit overweight. I'm just gonna stop, eating bread. It's probably, if you want to solve it, you gotta dig a little deeper than that. Being addicted to jacking off is usually a symptom of a bigger problem. Yeah, the bigger problem is that it feels fucking sick, bro. How does not everyone get addicted to it then? Some people got social obligations, right? If you don't get invited to the party, that's 2 extra goon sessions a day. All of a sudden, boom, you're addicted to jacking off. If you wore some cooler pants, in the first day of 9th grade, you get in with the cooler lunch table, all of a sudden you get invited to the parties. You're on that once a week grind now because you've got a fucking schedule, man. Little thing. Get it twisted. Your outfit choice the Tuesday after Labor Day in September of the year that you start high school will determine your entire life. I can only watch for 10 minutes. I got therapy at 5. Okay, well, the stream's over in 10 minutes anyways. But also, please do not tell your therapist about this. They won't get it. They won't. It's one of those things that, and there's a lot of them, it's one of those things you should hide from your therapist, because they won't understand. It'll be our little secret. Like, I know your therapist is like, you can tell me anything, but like, let's be honest, you know that shit is not true. You gotta filter like your real thoughts and emotions. Otherwise, she's gonna get you in trouble. Why she? Well, like, because I respect women, man. Maybe it's sexist, but I think I would be less comfortable with a male therapist. Just because, like, the whole time I was retelling him shit, I do believe that there's a chance. In my head, there'd be a little voice that's like, he thinks he's better than you. You're literally the first man that has ever had these problems. You should tell that to your therapist. They'll fucking... I don't have one. I'm actually like, I solved all my problems by getting good sleep. Like maybe if I have to go back or whatever, like if it comes back, yeah, she didn't do anything, I'm sorry to say, but I do have to say that therapists are like real doctors, because much like real doctors these days, maybe I don't want to finish this bit, but basically, every time I went, she was like, have you been doing your breathing exercises? And I was like, lady, when are we going to admit that shit does not work? You gotta teach me like a magical spell or something. This breathing shit is not getting the job done. Oh, no, that's pretty hard, I can understand. Have you been breathing deeply lately? The hell am I paying you like $130 a session for? This is crazy. Say you go to the doctor, you're like, my tummy hurts. They're like, have you drank any water lately? Have you eaten food? You're like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I've been eating food and drinking water. Maybe try. Maybe tomorrow it'll be better. Maybe come back tomorrow. I know you've been waiting in the waiting room for 8 hours. Maybe try to get some rest, and if it still hurts tomorrow, you can come back. I'm gonna tell her all this, thank you. You can tell her that you don't believe that she's actually doing anything for you. 'Cause like, if she gets mad at you, then that proves that you're right or whatever. But do not tell her that you've watched 22 hours of Trick Shot Simulator. Get it twisted. You should go to your therapist and gaslight them into thinking you have no problems, and then get mad when they don't fix them. Gay Bob Dylan. Woody Guthrie at the Newport Folk Festival. Don't do it, Bob. Don't go gay. I'm doing it. Once upon a time, you touched my balls, didn't you? No, dickin' you. Boo. Boo. Bob Dylan went gay. He went gay. The man in me would screw nearly any ass. I was burned out from exhaustion, buried in the cum, sucked off in the bushes, and blown out on the trail. Cummed in like a switch or sub, ravaged in the porn. Come in, he said, I'll give you some of my own cum. Johnny's in the basement, mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement, sucking off the president. He sucks cock just like a man. Oh, he gawks just like a man. Yes, he does. He guzzles cum just like a man. kiss and come ring out in a gay night. Enter my boyfriend from the upper hall. He gives me a glass from a bowl of cum, shouts out, "My God, I've come a lot." Here comes a story of the hurricane. The man the authorities claimed was gay. I'm not gonna say it. It's a different song. It's a distinct song, okay? It's a hard cock and balls. Cries out, "My God, they've sucked them all." Here comes the story of Bob Dylan gay. The man the authorities claimed was gay 'cause of all the guys he's done. They sucked each other at the park as the evening sky grew dark. He looked at him and he felt a spark tingle to his balls. Was then his jaw falls, and he started to masturbate. Brought on by a guy, I masturbate. I just got circumcised in Mozambique and got a nipple piercing too. There's many kinds of fucking freaks that want to suck my teats in Mozambique, and maybe them and you would like to meet. I sucked Bob Dylan off on stage. Who the hell are you? Women. Can't live with them, can't live without them. They do be shopping. You're the asshole? For what? What, for making a joke? Oh, it's illegal to tell the truth and tell jokes now? The joke could be like, women love sushi. That's the whole joke. My impression of a woman. Do you feel like sushi tonight? This is Chipley's joke. Don't cancel me. Women will be doing something else and then out of nowhere say something crazy like, do you want to eat sushi tonight? The scene in Endgame where all the female superheroes do the team up together and they say, girls get it done. What's it? Ordering a bunch of sushi. I would love to go to Letterboxd more often. The problem is Letterboxd pisses me off because my friends don't watch enough movies anymore. So then you look at like the top reviews and every single top review, and maybe it's just because Companion is hot right now, but every single top review is like, men should start in prison and have to earn their way out. And then there's an edit that comes out like 2 days later that's like, I've received 150 death threats for this post. And I'm like, I didn't threaten your life, but also I didn't do whatever they did in that movie that made you say that. So I'm catching strays from like both directions here, man. Also, that doesn't tell me shit about the movie. And the top review is men should be born in prison. So should I see it? Is it a buy, a rent, or a skip, man? I don't know. It always makes me laugh whenever I see a post that's like, me or the PS5. I don't want to mansplain, but I feel like I gotta get up in the mentions there and be like, lady, you know this fucker's got no games, right? Now if it was you or the PlayStation 2, that's a tough one, because there's a library on that thing, and it's backwards compatible with the PlayStation 1, and that fucker can play DVDs. I mean, I'm just saying you should value yourself a little higher. I've never had a problem with any parents of other kids. Then I realized that the way it was about to come out was, whenever I've had a problem with parents of kids, it's always been the moms. That's not really what I mean. There was a time that a kid pushed my daughter down the playground, and then the mom came over, picked up her kid, and my kid was crying on the jungle gym. And she was like, "Can you move your daughter? This is an emergency." And I was like, "Yeah, it's an emergency because your idiot kid just pushed my daughter down. Moron." But I don't think that was because she was a woman. I think it's just because it's just genderless stupidity. Like, it's irrelevant to the fact that she was the boy's mother. She's just a bad person. Well, she is my enemy, but I'm not saying that she is a bad person necessarily. Every single woman is my enemy. Why would I ever assume that a girl would be worse at a difficult game about climbing than me? Was your ass born in like 1971? Do you have antiquated ideas of what women are capable of? A very strange question, quite honestly. You think I'd be offended that a girl is better at games than me, bro? I married one. You are a sexist. Normally that would make us great candidates for being friends, but I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. A lot of people have accused me of being a misogynist for observing phenomena that surround me in real life, such as when you go to a sushi restaurant, you see more women than men. Really? Would a misogynist buy chamois butter, pH balance, anti-chafe cream for her? Would a misogynist buy this? I don't think so. Nobody respects women more than me. My mom was younger than some of her stepdaughters. I don't know why everybody always acts like that's so weird, bro. Like, maybe this is fucking... It's very common for like a 65-year-old man to just have a lot in common with like a 24-year-old woman. They're like at very similar points in their life. They have shared experiences culturally, you know? They grew up in sort of the same cohort together. They got a lot to talk about. I didn't say shit about sushi. You're saying shit about sushi. Now you're putting words in my mouth, trying to get me in trouble. She locked in. I was gonna ask a question, but I honestly didn't think chat was mature enough for it. Do women lock in? Or is that exclusively like a men thing? And you might say that like, because people, they can't talk about these nuanced issues, they just go, ooh, it sounds like misogyny. It's not misogyny, because locking it in is fake. So men believing in locking in is actually an insult towards men. You can't lock in. You go to class, you study, you do the homework, and over the course of 4 or 5 months, the knowledge bakes into your brain. And then, when it's time for the final exam, you just say what you know. You know? You can't just be like, hey, are you going to study for the final? No, I'm just going to lock in. You can't do it. I can lock in? No, you can't. I've seen it done once. When LeBron James looks at the ball, that's him locking in. But unless you're LeBron James, I don't think you're locking in. But I feel like I've never seen like a tweet from a woman that is like, I locked in. I feel like instead of like pretending that they can just go Super Saiyan, they just like talk about their feelings with someone that's close to them, and then like work through their issues emotionally instead. Stop this bit. This is not a problematic bit. You're just a baby. I'm sorry to say. He's so right. It's so annoying whenever people are like saying women enjoy sushi more than men a little bit on average is very problematic. It's the same as when like some 19-year-old comes in a chat and tells my 36-year-old ass to drink water, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I have been an adult for 20 times longer than you. Don't condescend to me. Someone showed me a clip where like A man is being interviewed on the street with his girlfriend, and the interviewer says, "What's your girlfriend's favorite food?" And he goes, "That's a tough one. Sushi." And then she goes, "It's literally beer and pizza. I have a tattoo of it right here." But then I replied, "The crazy thing is, I still believe him. I just want to talk to him." And I'm like, "Let me guess. Once a week," she's like, "What do you want to have for dinner?" And then he's like, "Pizza." And she's like, "I don't really feel like pizza. How do you feel about sushi?" And that's all I'm saying. I can imagine a world where that takes place. Don't let your own ass hit you as you go fuck yourself on the way out. We had a great Halloween. Stay pegged, everyone. I'm so crazy, the Joker is just a guy to me. It's not a crime to get a boner in lingerie. That's what it's for. Am I stupid? You gotta try before you buy, man. If I wasn't meant to recover from mistakes, why on earth would I make so many of them? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him pog. I was typing out a reply that was going to eviscerate this 21-year-old kid. I was going to say, "I was gold at Nova 1 when your ass was still begging Mom to drive you to the convenience store so you could buy 2 pieces of gum, you sack of shit. Think the world started in 2008 when you were born. Some of us were out here grinding when you were just a twinkle in your mom's eye. You were trying to big brother me? Sorry, little bro. You need to win 10 games first. You couldn't even count to 10 when I was gold Nova 1 because you weren't alive. It's not an insult to your intelligence. You were literally like -4. Hey NL, I'm high as shit, but I just want to say this is amazing content. I am completely stone sober right now, and I'm here to tell you we all know you're high, and you're gonna be high forever. I know all the other times you've gotten high, it stopped. This one's different. It's not gonna stop. You're just gonna be high forever, and everyone knows, and we're all talking about it. What profession would you do in early 18th century Canada? I don't know. I'd probably be like raiding the furs or something like that. Like when real men hunted the animals and then skinned them and then put the furs on like a sled that another real man like drove to a log cabin. And then they would give them to me, and I'd be like, mid, pristine, bussin', mid. This is actually going to be our professions in the Emmett Shear era of OpenAI. I don't know about you guys. I'm trying to stay on the robot's good side so I can maybe be the employee of the month in the capture mines, spending 18 hours a day clicking squares that have traffic lights in them. And then all like the human beings try to unionize. And I'm like, bro, come on. Like, unions make sense, but like not for us, man, not for us. Like the robots treat us pretty good here. We get our glucose slurry for free. We don't even have to bring our glucose slurry from home. They've got sparkling water on tap, LaCroix in the fridge. Come on, man, lots of places don't have this. If we unionize, they're gonna take away the glucose slurry. I can't go back to ham sandwiches. This must be the dude who was guarding Jeffrey Epstein's cell. Situational awareness is not all that. I do get annoyed sometimes when people say like, oh, I don't want to go to heaven if it's real. I'd rather be in hell with all the interesting people. You can catch my ass in heaven with a bunch of boring motherfuckers, not having my skin flayed off for eternity. and like burning alive and being put on a spit and rotated for millions of years, I'll be up there like kind of yawning and being like, oh, and then what happened? You would not catch my ass undergoing like the most awful forms of torture I could ever imagine. But I'd be like, at least I'm next to Elvis. At least Elvis is down here with me. You think you lured me into the maze? I'm the Minotaur. I thought the Bare Naked Ladies changed their name to Goo Goo Dolls. First off, they sound nothing alike. Second off, that sounds like a Jimmy Carr joke. I'm so old, I remember when the Bare Naked Ladies were called the Goo Goo Dolls, or vice versa. Cancel culture has gone so crazy. Did you know that Gen Z forced the Bare Naked Ladies to change their name to the Bare Naked Men? 94-year-old in the audience be like, holy fuck, so true, they did do that. They didn't, but you could imagine that they could have. Gen Z so crazy they forced the Foo Fighters to change their name to the Foo Diplomats. So true. Just do the same joke over and over. You say, hey, inflation's so bad, Andre 3000 had to change his name to Andre 4000. And they made Big Boy change his name to Big They Them. That joke would kill in Atlanta, bro. Facebook changed its name to Meta. Just shut the fuck up, just shut up. Come on, man. A year from now, people will be like, oh, he's playing too much Isaac 2 these days. I really wish he would go back to ranked sap when my parents were still together. Dude, yes. Me at the British Chipotle. So true. Extra fucking Yorkshire pudding, mushy peas, bovril, baked beans, please, chips. Black mold. Trying to workshop a bit where the black mold is taking control of my brain. Don't you guys just love cutting a hole in your roof so after it rains you get that nice smell in your walls? You guys should go cut a hole in your roof right now. Don't be shy, cut a hole in your roof. Hey, have you guys seen the cut a hole in your roof challenge on TikTok before a rainy day? Your income tax might be 23%, but if your income tax is tied to the property market, I wouldn't admit that in this chat, okay? I'm just looking out for you. Capital gains, not property tax? Why are you paying capital gains on the... I don't know the tax code everywhere. You're not supposed to pay capital gains unless it's not your principal residence. You own 2 houses, you motherfucker? You admitting that shit in this chat? You gotta get to the safe house. We got an escape tunnel under the stream. There's a little... You pull open Das Kapital on the bookshelf. The bookshelf turns 90 degrees. You sneak in there. You close the bookshelf. And then just keep running. Just keep running. There's a Cracker Barrel at the end. You'll be safe there. There's more of you there. But for now, just go and never look back. Hey NL, do you like matcha? Shut the fuck up. Matching your nuts up with my forehead or something. Matcha. How about you match your lips around my you-know-what, you piece of crap? You think I'm gonna fall for that shit again? You like cold brew? Yeah, I love cold brew. Oh, cold you brew up some juice to put on my nuts that you can suck off, you fucking asshole, dickhead. Bad man. Get back here. Get back here. Can't answer it. Can't just have a conversation these days. Everybody's always telling me to suck on their nuts. Okay, listen. Me listening to the audiobook of Norman Cantor's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. During the rise, shaking my head to let everybody around me know I don't agree with what's going on. during the fall, nodding solemnly to say, "Give 'em one for me, Dwight Eisenhower. Give 'em one for me, Bernard Montgomery. Come on." Your husband sounds fucking weird. Your husband sounds like he needs to have a pacifier in his mouth to climax during intercourse. Don't care. Didn't ask. You own the restaurant. Congratulations. Plus, your husband's a weirdo. The Dueler. It's dually time. Dooley, 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 dooley. It's dooley all day, boys. Dooley, dooley, dooley. Get used to it, brother. You'll see it again and again and again. You dooley motherfuckers. You dooley motherfuckers. Get out of ranked. Dooley, 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 dooley this, dooley that. Just put the dooley in the bag, little bro. Just put the dooley in the bag, okay? It's day 12. It's just dooley, 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 dooley. What happened? Ruin his life. Make him cry. Ruin his life. Make him cry. If you had played as much of this game in the last week as I have, you'd be having the same reaction. Deserved. Thank you, God. I am a soldier of the Lord. I struck down an evil individual and was rewarded accordingly. How does that make you feel? You should repent. Receive benediction. No. I told myself today I wasn't going to become the Joker if I didn't get good Isaac runs. I was going to maintain my identity as Arthur Dent, a mild-mannered clown for hire, with a unique predilection for laughter at inopportune